This is definitely a first in my career. Never have I interviewed cricketers with bangles around their wrists. But here is a first happening right at the Sher-e Bangla National Cricket Stadium in Dhaka, Mirpur. There's more history attached to the tour now than this just being Australia's first bilateral assignment in this country. Alisa, I did see you enjoying the dessert. She's had a quarter of a Roshogolla, which will require a good 45 odd minutes on the treadmill tomorrow. But you can do that after the match.
Yeah.
I cannot let either of these captains indulge further in the delicacies here because there is a T20I match to be played, but I can allow them to savor in some insights on each other's personalities and their respective teams. Alisa, I'll start off with you. This is not the first time you are traveling to Bangladesh. You know, if we roll back time a little, back in 2014, exactly 10 years ago, you were here for the T20 World Cup. Can you jog your mind back and talk us through those memories of young Alisa Healy visiting Bangladesh for the first time?
Well, I remember having my 24th birthday in Bangladesh last time in Sylhet, and I had my 34th birthday here in Dhaka this year. So it's 10 years apart. But I've got fond memories of coming here. I mean, the place was very new to me. I was very young in my career. I'd been to India maybe once or twice, but never been to Bangladesh, right? So to have the opportunity to come play in a World Cup, to have a successful World Cup as well was an amazing experience, but to also get out and see a bit of Bangladesh, it was a really cool experience. So it's, I think, really great for our side in particular. We've got such a young team at the moment. To have the opportunity to come over here in a bilateral series and experience the conditions as a cricketer, but also as a person as well, and the culture, that we don't have a lot of in Australia. So I think it's great for us to experience different things.
And speaking of a young team and a young captain, I will look no further than to my left, Nigar Sultana Jyoti. All of 26 will turn 27 in August. Nigar, talk us through your memories of visiting Australia for the first time. I happen to have covered that tournament, a historic Women's T20 World Cup back in 2020. What did you feel like when you set foot on Australian soil for the first time?
It was a great experience for me because before that we went in a ICC development squad and we played against WBBL few games against them. So it was a very quite experience for me, and then I came back to Bangladesh, and what I did actually, I shared my experience to the whole team, and they were pretty excited to play in Australia because we never been to Australia before. So even though we are very young that time, so many players never play against Australia, even though they have seen them in the TV and they idolize them, and like watching Healy, Perry on the TV and playing against them, I think it was a dream come true for the young players.
I think I have one of those players you spoke of amidst us right now. Alisa, there is a fair degree of mutual admiration in both camps. If I were to ask you to pick maybe one trait that you really like in the team that Nigar is leading here, what would that trait be?
I think their energy in particular, and also it seems like their willingness to perform, to get better, to grow and learn as a side, I think is something that you can't teach. In particular, coming over here, I mean, we end up swapping over around training sessions, like seeing them run around in the field, seeing them approach their net sessions and stuff. It's been really amazing to watch, and I think that sort of insatiable desire to get better is an unbelievable trait, and it's going to do Bangladesh wonders, and they're going to keep climbing up the rankings and play a big part in these championship events because they're getting more and more opportunity to play against the side. So I think it's really cool.
Amen to that. And Nigar, I remember there was a beautiful moment at the pre-ODI series press conference where she very honestly and candidly spoke about how pretty much the entire Bangladeshi side looks up to Alisa Healy's side as idols. What is that one characteristic in the side that Alisa is leading here that you would want to be inspired by?
There is a lot of things that we can take from them because they are the best of the side, and obviously this is a very big opportunity for all of us to seeing them, that the young players are idolized, and saw them performing and saw them fighting. I think one thing I should take as a team, I think their intensity, how they played, even though they lost 4 wickets, and then the middle order better come, and how they handle the situation and go for a good score, and I think we should take that.
Individually, besides them being both captains, there's another strand that ties them together. Both are wicketkeeper batters. Now, an unofficial sort of responsibility that falls on the shoulders of wicketkeepers is to be vocal behind the stumps. Be honest, hand on heart. Who is the chirpier of the two, no matter the language? Give us some intel.
It's true. Sometimes I'm really loud in the ground, so I'm not very used about like sometimes I don't even remember I have a mic on the on there. So, but I have a very good memory of 2020 World Cup. Elisa was batting there, so I'm a big fan of her. I'm truly saying because I never play against her, but still from my initially when I start playing cricket, I saw her, and she's very good at wicket keeping and the batting and everything. So on back then, she was batted in front of me. I was just sitting and say, "Oh my God, she's batting," and she was smashing all over the ground. So usually I'm very loud, and I was like, no, I was just watching her show. Like I need a popcorn for that. So
We all need a lot of popcorn for that.
so it's kind of like seeing your dream in front of you, and yeah, sometimes I'm trying to be very chirping just because I wanted to get disturbed, and I know she's very concentrated on the batting, so it actually won't work anytime.
Let us in on the secret, Elisa. Has she ever been successfully able to rankle you?
No, no one has.
Okay.
I think Sophie Eccleston was the closest in the Ashes series, just gone. She was the closest, but
Ding, 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 Sophie Eccleston.
yeah, no, it hasn't. But I mean, that's part of our role behind the stumps. But it's also quite a difficult balance as captain as well. I mean, banter's obviously a big part of cricket, but at the same time, as captain, you've got to set an example and try and keep your team in the contest. And I think that's in particular what she does really well, and can see the way that, like I mentioned before, one of their real strengths is their energy, and that comes from the skipper behind the stumps. So there's no secret to why they are up and about.
I'm pretty sure we have already clocked 1 million views thanks to the intel shared at this Mutual Admiration Society. I cannot let either captain go without doing what I think is absolutely paramount, especially as a fellow Bangla speaker hailing from just across the border, Kolkata. Nigar, would you mind teaching her a phrase or two in Bangla? It could also be a couple of words, which Alisa Healy has to remember and say it out loud.
Make it clean, please.
I'm not going to teach any naughty word, seriously. What we say in the morning, or what we can say, like, how are you?
I was going to say last night at the when we went to the iftar, you said hello and you welcomed everyone. I'd actually like to learn that, if I'm allowed to say it. Yeah.
Yes, we greet people as a Muslim people. We greet people like Assalamu alaikum. It means peace upon you. So can you say Assalamu alaikum? Assalamu alaikum. Yes.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Yes.
10 out of 10,
Is
Alisa
that something
Healy.
that I can say?
Yes.
Oh,
you
great.
can say,
Okay.
You can say to any people, like in front of any Muslim people, you can say Assalamu alaikum, and they would be very happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Great. Thank you.
One done, second one, and last one to go.
What do you want to learn? Do you have any particular word that you like?
Actually, I would like to learn how to say thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Dhonnobad.
Dono
Dhonnobad.
bad.
Dhonnobad.
Donnabad. Because I say thank you to the bus driver every day when I get off the bus, but I feel like I should learn. Donnabad.
Perfect. So Alisa Healy is going back, not just with the ODI trophy. We do not know the outcome of the T20I series just yet, but also with some gifts thanks to Nigar and some lessons in Bangla. Very, very sporting of both captains. I wish them all the very best for the T20I leg of this historic tour.